How are you doing? This is Martin from Gardens for Life. So in this video I'm going to show you how to plant strawberry plants like these ones, these are dormant, into plant pots like these. So these are 2-litre pots, and I'll give you a few tips and a few tricks how you're going to get a nice crop of strawberries and some nice healthy strong plants. Now this is my potting table here. So what I'll do is, actually I prefer wearing gloves when handling compost, but you could not bother if you don't want to. So this is just 1-year-old mushroom compost, and as you can see it's got a really nice crumbly texture and consistency. It doesn't really compact when you push it together, and that's the kind of compost you want to use. Very rich and fertile compost for strawberries in particular, especially for any kind of fruiting plants. So you got your strawberry plant here. You'd want to get the secateurs and just cut off these bits here. Anything that looks like it could go moldy, you want to cut off. So what we'll do now is we'll just we scoop the compost up. So you want to use nice fluffy compost. Fill it up nearly to the top and make a little mount just like this one. As you can see here, so that you can put the root, you loosen up the roots themselves, put the root on top and in every direction over the top, just like that. Don't push it down too hard, that's the key. Never compact soil, even in the garden, including flower pots as well. There is no need to compact the soil because the plant roots need to breathe. That's how they take in water, moisture and minerals through osmosis. And so if you put a plant into a bucket of water, it'll actually suffocate and die. That's it. You don't really compact it, just a little bit, just to keep the soil on top, and then whack it from the bottom. We could also put these into smaller pots, but 2-litre I find is a good size, and it doesn't take up too much space in your greenhouse. It also is enough nutrients for the plant to produce a good crop in the summer, and even produce young plants through its shoots. Alright, that's them all done. So here's some of the strawberries that I potted. And there's some Apios plants here, all these small ones. And some bigger ones here too. Apios americana. Here's some Chinese artichoke. 2 trays of it, thanks to our friend Alana. Here's 3 more varieties of strawberries. And some all gold raspberries, so that the birds might not actually go at them, because they won't know that they're ripe. They're actually golden variety. And this is a Cascade Delight. And here is a thyme bush, and here is all the trays that we've done earlier, and 2 more varieties. Yeah, so we found that we've grown about 50 kilos of strawberries before at our house that we were renting before, but we had no space in the garden because we were only able to use a small bit of space. We actually took up the lawn in that garden and put it back afterwards. We did, of course, ask the landlord for permission before starting the work, and we grew 100 strawberry plants, about half a kilo per strawberry plant in yield of berries, and also of course you get some shoots coming off those plants then, and also get some new plants then to transplant elsewhere or into new pots. And we used 2-litre pots, which is a good size to use. They don't take up a huge amount of space in your greenhouse. You don't have to keep them in the greenhouse, you can keep them outdoors, but we like to give them a head start, basically in the months of March and April at least, maybe even May, but usually in May the greenhouse will be full. You see the greenhouse in the background here, that'll be full of plants, as you know from our other videos from last year. If you've been following us, we do grow quite a few plants in there, and space is quite a valuable commodity. And but getting the strawberries started early is always an advantage. There's no harm. If you have space, you might as well. And we find that if you use a smaller pot, you'd want to transplant them out into the garden, like a 1 litre pot, for example. We like to use 2 litre pots and then transplant them, so we get the best results. We're also growing them in trays, which is another video that you can also have a look at if you like. Additionally, you could also put in some small sprinkle of rock dust. Volcanic rock dust actually contains a lot of trace minerals that really will help your plants to be healthy, but also bear extremely tasty fruits, because it's actually the minerals in the fruits that make them tasty. Strawberries from the shops are basically like eating water, because they're grown hydroponically mostly, or they're actually irrigated, and all of the water is carrying off the nutrients or the trace minerals as well. If you're planting them in compost, just ordinary compost, usually mushroom compost is pretty good. You can make your own compost from kitchen scraps, or you can use leaf mold compost or things from the garden, or chicken manure mixed with straw or wood chips, decomposed for about a year. Does really well for fruits. And as I said, you can also top it up with a bit of wood chip. Hang on, I'll just pick up some from the ground here. Wood chips like these, we use them all over our garden. Just mixed wood chips, the whole tree all ground up, and you can also put those on top if you like. Now, you would normally keep a bit of space here, about 1 inch, and then you can put a layer of mulch on top, and that'll stop the sun from dehydrating the soil and drying it out, and also from killing the microbes with the UV rays hitting it. And of course it'll also stop the frost or the colder temperature. It'll actually insulate your soil, even though it's in a pot. We've had really good results with it. We also mulch our other vegetables that we're growing in pots and buckets. For example, mashua and even Jerusalem artichokes can be grown like that too. Once you have a mulch layer, they'll be fine all winter and they'll be insulated. So that's all there's to it for now. If you have any questions, let us know. We're also selling strawberry plants on our website. Just go to gardensforlife.ie/shop, and there's actually 15% off for March now. If you want to support us, that's one way to do it if you're based in Europe. We're also very thankful for you watching our videos and just hitting the like button, you know. Thanks very much for watching. All the best now. Bye bye.